Oh my goodness. Hello everybody, this is Ronry as always. Um it's not often, especially on YouTube, that I come across a comment from someone describing going through something that is worse than cumulatively everything I've been through as an adult. Today is one of those days. Um Thankfully I'm not running on too little sleep. Um what I am feeling right now is probably what everybody else feels when they read my comments and watch my videos about what I've been through. Um, I know Oppression Olympics are not productive. Your suffering does not make you more valuable than someone with less suffering. Um, Surviving it makes you unique, makes you strong, makes you resilient, makes you a lot of good things. But having suffered does not make you morally superior in any way. Me personally, I like to look on the bright side, and I like to um I when I tell myself that somebody has it worse than me, it's not to tell myself that my suffering is not valid, but rather that my suffering can be overcome. I just read a comment. Hello, baby. I just read a comment from somebody who, it was on a video that just got posted about 5 hours ago from a creator I immediately subscribed to, some doctor that I hadn't heard of before, and it was about traumatic cognitive dissonance. And in the comments, somebody, um, without going into detail of the trafficking, they said that they were a child sex trafficking survivor. And at 15, they became homeless to escape after being put through Machiavellian gaslighting, such as being told that the rats in their yard were squirrels. Literally, things that could eat the child. Eat the child. Got told they were squirrels. Vegetarians. Anyway, like me, they attempted at a young age. The difference is, I hate to put it this way, but I didn't have anything to be depressed about. For the longest time, my mom was sober, and then that was the thing to be depressed about, is that my mom was drinking and went to rehab. And divorces are sad. Moving away is sad, but it was that kind of stuff. And then I grow up, and besides recovering memories from my childhood that were so dark that I had to tuck them away, isolated incidents, thank goodness, but still incidents that I had to block away, wall off, forget for my own safety for the longest time. And then shortly after turning 19, to become a sex slave in the cult of the Ars Goetia that is in the news and politics. I wish I could say that was the worst thing that happened to me. But being trafficked the first time made me so much more prone to trauma in the future. And that's why I tell myself, if someone can go through childhood trafficking and still grow up to be able to recover, able to pursue happiness, then I've got a chance too. No matter how alone I feel, no matter how isolated my trauma makes me feel, there is somebody out there that does have it worse than me. I'm not alone. It could be so much worse. You know, like, I could have gone through everything that I've gone through with the last name Freeman. That happens to people. It happens to people who were the first or second generation of their family to go to college. It happens to people who make accolades. It happens to the best of us. When I think of... I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Let me pause while I think. When I think of what it means to have been trafficked, I think of everything good about me being used against me. That definitely causes very traumatic cognitive dissonance in the best of people, in the strongest of people. In people who, like I at the time, would hunt men for sport and get in hand-to-hand combat with Navy and Army vets as a hobby. I was that strong, and I went through it. And everything good about me was used against me. Every strength, every virtue, every talent. If it could not be completely destroyed, it was weaponized against me. And for that to be your childhood, the foundation of your life, the foundation of your concept of reality, and for you to grow up and get back on your feet over and over again, and still somehow, if not thrive, then succeed, you know? Often in ways I cannot or have not yet, with quite a good childhood. A childhood in a house where we didn't have to worry about being homeless, no rats, um, never once worried about food, never once worried about going to the dentist, never once worried about if I would have clothes or a toothbrush or toothpaste. All of my needs met except for the emotional ones and the developmental ones, you know? I had a pretty cushy, cozy childhood. Yeah, it had some bad things to it, but I can list more good days and good things about my childhood than I can list bad. People who turn children into sex slaves make me believe in the death penalty. I'll leave it at that. I will see you on the next one. Love you. Bye.